When you think about the intergenerational wealth transfer that's going to go on, what do you think about?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And if you're only thinking about it now, you're behind the 8 ball. The train has left the station. I keep saying that, and it's absolutely true, especially when it comes to this topic. So what people need to realize about intergenerational wealth is it's already happening, right? So we're talking about kind of, so the boomers, which is my generation, you know, we have the most discretionary income. But this next generation, basically, you know, the millennials, although it's pretty much anyone born in the mid-90s and later, you know, are going to inherit this opportunity to really think about investments in a totally different way. So when you think about those generations, so technically, you know, the millennials or anyone born between 1980 and 1996. But again, look, my son's 26, my daughter's 21. I call them the Robin Hood investor, right? But in reality, you know, these are kids who grew up with the internet, right? So anyone who's grown up with the internet, they see the world as very flat. It's no longer what they're taught at home, what they're taught in the classroom. It's what they see. It's what they've learned, the good, the bad, the ugly of the internet. They're very tech savvy, they're very confident, but they don't have the experience that perhaps a lot of wealth managers, financial analysts, managers, etc. need to really understand how to think about their investments. So for me, you know, it was very important that I get into their heads. My daughter's 21, my son is 26. When I left the Obama administration in 2016, after serving both terms, I studied these kids, I call them kids, for 2 years at Harvard. And I really wanted to understand kind of the social, political, economic way that they think and how they behave. And for them, you know, it's kind of this one and done world, right? It's set it and forget it. Right. Technology means everything to them. They're very, very confident, they're very progressive, and they're very savvy. But again, they lack a lot of the world experience that my generation still has. So even here now in this economic downturn, this unprecedented economic downturn, this is where, in my opinion, the wealth management industry has a huge opportunity. It's no longer about taking them out to golf and buying them dinner. It's really kind of thinking about how to use technology and information in a totally different way. So if you're not already on their app, on their phone, and that's how they access information, if you're not already there, you know, you're behind.
What's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys here today. Could XRP be the life-changing wealth that we've always dreamed of? Or could crypto be the boiling frog scenario? And so this was, I don't really know much about this guy, but Reptile Hybrid is kind of an interesting name here. But he had a post. I saw the frog and I've seen this image. I know what it means. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So check this out. The epilogue of the boiling frog describes humanity's predicament. If the Illuminati went straight to an evil authoritarian new world order, there would be resistance from the people. They would rebel. However, if it's done incrementally and the controllers make it seem like they're benevolent, you will go along with the agenda and gradually accept more draconian rules while giving up your freedom. You are the frog being boiled alive. So let me know down in the comment section, can we stop the frog boil? We will stop it. We will stop it. Let me know that in the comment section. Or are we just going along the ride? Is it going to happen? Are we going to end up boiling? Is XRP the new world order cryptocurrency? And we're just going to have to submit to the mark of the beast, as they say in the Bible, those types of things. Now, I know it's getting crazy deep and heavy here in the intro of this video, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we're in some interesting times here, guys. Thought this was important because there are some people trying to fight back. U.S. Congressman Richie Torres asked the SEC chair against her to stop its assault on crypto, says cryptocurrencies are not securities. Now, remember, what I'm talking about here with cryptocurrencies is that CBDC, the central bank digital currency that they're trying to issue through. And once the central bank digital currency comes through, they have the right to turn off your bank account. You can't, if you've bought too much gas this month, you're out. If you bought too much water this month, you're out. If you bought too much, and they can do that. And I know you may be thinking, this guy's insane. Who is this guy? Why am I watching this channel? This guy's crazy. I'm about to click off. Now, most of you guys are like, damn, I love this guy. I'm going to subscribe right now. By the way, there is a subscribe button in the video. All you got to do is click that subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about as well. So here is U.S. Congressman Torres urges SEC chair to halt the crypto crackdown. Now, what would be great is if crypto goes on to be the utopian dream that really we all got started. I mean, it's so funny because crypto made me go through these rabbit holes. Personally, I started off as a, I would say, I'm a libertarian, right? Ron Paul was my man when he ran for president. And now we haven't had, in my personal opinion, the right candidate that's going to come and do the things that I'm asking for, whether it's the TRUMP guy or the BIDEN guy, whatever. I want a libertarian in there where we get our freedoms back, because the reality is, as the Boiling Frog said, every scenario that goes on in this world, every attack, every bank failure, every health crisis that comes along, they seem to snatch away another one of our freedoms. And that's why I urge you to take a look into libertarianism and so on and so forth. Not preaching or anything like that, but it's pretty interesting. So take a look. It's talking about freedom. So this guy wrote a letter to Chair Gensler and said, ease up, bro. Get up off my crypto. All right. And then we saw this here. When wires are sent, they are typically expensive, on average up to $50 per transaction. Remember, FedNow is going to replace FedWire. And how do you get instant transfers at fractions of a penny? You source RippleNet, XRPL, the best rate, which uses XRP. And by the way, guys, remember this. This is very exciting. They are not going to be able to sell XRP to institutions directly. That is a security. They're not allowed to do it. So where do institutions have to buy? Where does Bank of America? Where does JP Morgan? Let me know down in the comment section, where do these major institutions now have to buy XRP? Let me know down in the comments. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Yes, that's right. Yeah, you guys are freaking geniuses. I love you guys so much. They have to buy it from an exchange. They now have to buy it from an exchange. You guys are geniuses. Thank you guys for being so smart. You guys make this so much easier. But let's take a look. XRP for domestic fiat to fiat transactions. Bridge two currencies in 3 seconds with one fixed FX rate. Ripple's payment solutions is fast, cost-effective, reliable, and user-friendly way to settle cross-border payments in real time by using XRP to bridge local fiat currencies. Financial institutions benefit from a guaranteed FX rate absent any volatility in the crypto market, mitigating potential risk to profits. Here's how it works. And if you guys remember what we're talking about here, yesterday, a lot of people missed this, but it takes up to 180,000 seconds, 180,000 seconds for a typical fiat foreign exchange transaction to go through. So the dollar could go from $1 to $1.25 in 180,000 seconds. It takes up to 48 to 72 hours. Now with XRP, it's done instantly. No matter the volatility, it's done in 3 seconds, which is absolutely incredible. So here's what happens. A sender requests a fiat to fiat quote on a pricing and foreign exchange. Sender receives and approves the quote with a pre-negotiated foreign exchange margin from the receiver via Ripple's platform, XRP. Sender submits payment instructions, dollar to XRP, and then XRP over to this currency here. Sender debits funds from digital asset wallet pre-funded by Ripple with XRP. The transfers funds receiver in 3 seconds. 3 seconds, guys. That was my thumbnail yesterday, so just want to give you guys a heads up on that. Receiving institution receives it, and then it pays it out to the receiver, immediately pays it out. 3 seconds later, beneficiary in fiat according to payment instructions. In parallel, receiver converts XRP to fiat. Very exciting stuff here with XRP and the capabilities. And I know you guys are already so aware because you guys are super smart, especially the guys that have been following us, guys and girls have been following us for a very long time. You understand how amazing XRP, the cryptocurrency, is. You also understand that Ripple, the company, is amazing in what they're doing. Ripple, the company, is selling whitelist XRP, white label XRP. So let's say, for example, India, right? India recently did their CBDC. What did they do? Did they create their own that could possibly fail and have a bunch of errors? No. They went to XRP and said, hey, Ripple, sell me your XRP token as a white label product. We're going to use it as the CBDC for our country, but we will know that it'll run perfectly on the XRP ledger because we know that XRP runs perfectly on the ledger. And that's going to work out great. Now, what else is happening over here right now? Trending FedNow going live on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So FedNow will be going live on Friday. Let's not forget that. FedNow, Volente, RippleNet, Visa Direct, MasterCard, dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. Also, Proof that FedNow, and this is from Mr. Mann, proof that FedNow and Ripple and XRP are connected. Boom. How does XRP interact with the FedNow system? According to recent reports, the Federal Reserve has recognized the potential of XRP in facilitating the blockchain aspect of the FedNow payment system. XRP is the fastest and most scalable digital asset, enabling real-time global payments anywhere in the world. After a successful pilot program, the Federal Reserve decided to connect FedNow, their real-time payment system, to the Ripple XRP network. This integration allows FedNow to utilize Ripple's blockchain technology to process payments faster and more efficiently, one of the major benefits of using Ripple XRP. Now, we also have this one from Chad Steingraber. 2 days, FedNow goes live. The premier service provider, Volente, as the transmitter between receiving banks. At start, banks will not be transferring deposits only. So the service providers are the most important part. Volente is certified and ready to go. RippleNet is go. Let's take a listen.
So about the fact that payment process premium on reducing the cost of doing payment processing. And that's something that payments in the service as a service in the cloud happens to be particularly good at, is helping banks reduce the cost of their infrastructure so they can use those funds for other things, like, for example, providing more value-added services. And that's really the other side of it. It's not just about cost reduction. It's also about the fact that banks today have to deal with a lot more different kinds of payment types, real-time payments, new cross-border settlement methods like Ripple and GPI. And on the front end, they've got to deal with open banking, APIs, and really becoming value-added service providers.
Let's take into account.
Exactly. So as a result, the agility that moving to a service model brings, the speed that cloud brings, is, if it were just those things, that would be enough. But the fact that the cloud also is now more secure than a typical bank data center and performs better, really when you put all those things together, it's a huge win for payments as a service providers.
And of course, we're crypto fans. It's not just XRP. It's not just Ripple. I mean, they are number one in our hearts, of course. But take a look at this as well. Former C-suite actor turned professional complainer Ben McKenzie gets refuted by a dude that read 20 pages of the Bitcoin Standard. Let's take a listen.
Tom Leon, earlier he's great, smart guy, stock analyst, thinks Bitcoin's going to 200,000. So we have, Kathy Wood, BlackRock wants to have an ETF, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Paul Tudor Jones, Stan Druckenmiller.
Sure.
And just across the board, it didn't take me long to understand how the unbanked could benefit from this. And I also understand the distributed ledgers, and I understand it was only, you say you did a deep dive. It only took me about 20 pages of the Bitcoin Standard to understand that this was probably something that, do you think all these firms are going to have egg on their face?
So the democratized, decentralized future of money is brought to you by BlackRock?
I don't know. Maybe. They may. I mean, if they think it's gold, if they think it's,
that's why I was
digital gold.
Right, exactly. And that's why I was explaining the difference between
I heard that, but
and scarcity.
A lot of smart people are fooled by it. You think it's going to zero eventually?
No, that's like a. I mean, look.
Where do you think it's going?
Story. I can't predict the future any more than anyone else, but I would say this.
You think it's going lower?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think eventually there will not be something called Bitcoin?
It's a story. It'll last as long as people believe in it.
All right, guys, time for a change of pace. Let's jump over here to the dailies. Now, as we were saying earlier, with 76 cents, we have now sprung up to 77 cents. Now, this is really great news because remember we talked about a couple days ago how it kept rejecting off of this long-term trend line, which comes all the way back to us from 2020. We'll take a look here on the weekly chart. It's much easier to see. So back here from 2020, March 9th, 2020, there's the start of this trend line here. And you can see it held trend, broke trend, and created this different separate trend line down here, which was interesting. But then it held, boom, up, down. But then collapsing through it. Now, this is the first time we have burst through it. Now, remember, we talked about this last week, and a lot of people were hating on me. They were saying, you hate XRP or whatever. Like, dude, we cover XRP every single day. But what happened was Price broke through this trend line, right? It broke through the trend line on the weekly charts up to the 95 cent. And what do we talk about on this channel? 95, 85, 75, 65, 55. Don't get me started because we might be going 45, 35, 25. Those are all there too, okay? But we got to, it was actually 94.799. Again, these mother effers playing tricks on you, bro, because if you had an exit position at 95 cents, you didn't get exited, right? You got skirt, just really close, but didn't get there. Unfortunately, rejected off there. So let's take a look at what happened on the daily charts. Boom, the explosion up, retracement. And it even retraced back under 85 cents. Then what happened? We came under our trend line. It did a little dip. It did a little retest under this trend line, right? So it came, did a little swoop-dee-dee swoop, and then broke through yesterday's candle, which just ended, by the way. And that surge literally came at the end of the day, right? So the end of the day, this last couple little bit here, it surged and broke above. Even look at right here, it surged, broke above our trend line, came back down again, and then really broke through. So look, we're on the hourly, we're trending above the 14 exponential moving average, which is positive, bullish. We talk about that a lot. This is looking really good. I'm not super hyped yet because it has not broken this most recent high. So let's go and have some fun with Heikin Ashi. And as you all know, Heikin Ashi is my favorite way of determining, are we still in the direction? So yes, we're green here, which is really exciting. We do have a supply and demand zone on the hourly here. So this will be a good support. It is under our trend line, which I don't like, but it's a good support. We have a nice resistance that we're fighting right now. We're getting through it. Okay, we're stuck in this little resistance cloud. If we break through there, then we have all of this. We have like so much massive amounts. So let's go really micro and see if we can have some fun here. So if we jump down to the micros, where it gives us a little bit more flexibility in the play. So let's see. We've got all of this. Because look what happened here. Look at so, and a lot of people are like, what does he mean by this? So, well, the very last up move before the down move, the last 5-minute candle, it was a beast too. Look at this thing. It was a ripper from 95 cents to 81 cents. That one candle, it was a doozy. Okay. So that is going to be, in my personal opinion, where resistance cloud is. Okay. So right now, and you can see that because it was fighting in and lost it, fighting and lost it, and then just rejected off of it and didn't even get back to it. And we lost. But we're fighting back up. Okay. So we're in this more recent cloud. And that was what our hourly that we did. So let's go ahead and let's get more precise. The smaller the time frame, the more precise you can be. So this is our more precise 5-minute supply and demand zone. And look at that. Precise, ladies and gentlemen. Precise. Rejected off of it. But if we can battle through, power through, and go up to there, then we surge back to 81 cents. Now, what's really exciting is what happens when we break 95 cents? Well, let's go back to the 1 hour because we have smooth sailing from here, right? Now, can we even find in our timeline where the next 1 hour is available? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot. We have officially run out of timeline on TradingView. It comes all the way back from 2022, and it's going to be January of 2022. So we have to go to a higher time frame. All right, jumping up to the 4 hour, we should definitely find something on the 4 hour. And here it is. Okay, so here is our 4 hour supply and demand zone at the 95 cent mark. The 95 cent mark is right here. So we have 95 cents and above that. So look at this. Check this out, guys. So I'm going to show you guys something. This is why I love supply and demand zone on Heikin Ashi. So we're here on the 4 hour. We take this candle here. Okay. That's where price rejected, didn't break out of that cloud. When it does break above that cloud, our next objective is here, 98 cents. All right, so now we take a look. I'm going to get rid of this cloud because it's a little annoying, right? So we break through, boom, we got rejected at the 95 cent level in that supply and demand cloud. If we can surge back above the 85 cent level, which is still important, and we already know right now we have a local super resistance that needs to break Then we're going to get into a 85-cent resistance. Then we can surge back up to this 92-cent level. Again, not financial advice, just supply and demand zones. This is what Heikin-Ashi charts give you, okay, on TradingView. After that, we surge to 98 cents and then 101. After we break that, unfortunately, it's going to be Chop City. You know, it's going to be a big fight getting through because there's a lot of people right here. They were buying. And then they just held on for dear life for so long because they were in negative, right? So they bought up here. You can see a lot of actual buys. People are trying to help it survive. And it just kept failing and failing all the way down. But now we're rebuilding. But now we know where it's going. It's going through a super fight. It's going to be resistance. So let's go to daily and take a look. We're going to clear everything because it's a little confusing. I know. Sorry. So let's just look at dailies. Okay. So let's go back in history. Let's go ahead and take a look at where we're going. The last green candles before a down move. So last green candle before a down move was here. Last green candle before a down move was here. Last green candle before a down move was here. And you can even see, look, it was resistance there, right? You can see. So we're making these little patterns here. We're covering these spots. It tried to get above it, didn't. It never even worked its way back up to there. There's even one right here, the fight, but it failed the fight, right? And then it resistance. You can see how this works. All right. This is where our next, because they retested again, that's where the real sell-off started again. So the last green candle before the down move. And let's go do a look here. What do we got going on? So, well, as we take a look at our dailies, boom, we had a spike right into that supply and demand zone. We have not spiked back into here. So this is where I'm really excited about price getting back to 84,608, because that's going to be a super resistance there. What you'll notice is right now, it is actually in this section in real time. And that's where it's not breaking through. Once it does break through and a closed candle, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to get too excited. Oh, it peeked through like this one right here. This one actually got me excited. I'm not going to lie. I actually ended up putting in some more into my spot right here. And unfortunately it failed because I thought I was going to close. The momentum was surging. I saw the pullback and I was waiting for this break and it just didn't get there. It still didn't get there yesterday. It still is not there today. We need it to break and confirm. We need a closed candle, a solid closed body candle. A daily would be nice. Hopefully it's not something like this because then you miss the whole move, right? But a nice, simple close behind. And then we have these levels of interference coming ahead of us. So we're getting close. Very exciting. I got to jump onto this call. I cannot wait for you guys to join us again. Link down in the description.